Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the 10 biggest mistakes Tokyo tourists always make. Tokyo is an incredible city full of unique culture, amazing food, and incredible experiences. But if you're not careful, you might find yourself making some pretty cringe-worthy mistakes. From breaking strict social norms to getting into serious trouble with the law, we're going to cover it all. Stick around to find out why you should never shout on the train, why that perfect Instagram shot on the tracks could be your last, and the one thing that could make you public enemy number 1 in Tokyo. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below if you've ever been guilty of any of these. Let's get started. Picture this. You're on a packed train in Tokyo and suddenly your phone rings. You answer it loudly, shouting about your latest Netflix binge at the top of your lungs. Instantly, you'll get more than a few death stares. In Japan, trains are quiet zones. People use their phones for messaging, but loud conversations? That's a one-way ticket to being the most hated person on that train. Keep your voice down, or better yet, wait until you're off the train to make that call. If your favorite team just scored, don't even think about exploding into cheers. That kind of outburst will make you look like an absolute lunatic. Trust me, you don't want to be the dickhead foreigner everyone talks about. It's embarrassing and incredibly disrespectful. Imagine thinking it's a great idea to get that perfect Instagram shot on the train tracks. Not only is this illegal, but it can also lead to train delays and hefty fines. In Japan, entering train tracks is a big no-no, even if the train isn't running. Save yourself the trouble and stick to the designated photo spots. Now picture yourself stepping onto those tracks, all for that Instagram clout. Not only are you risking your life, but you're also violating Japanese law. The Railway Operations Act strictly prohibits trespassing on railway tracks, and doing so can land you in a world of legal trouble. Trains might be delayed, and you'll be responsible for screwing up everyone's day. Think hefty fines, possible jail time, and being the idiot foreigner plastered all over the news. Just don't do it. So you're in Tokyo and you think it would be cool to hang out with some local tough guys for an authentic experience. Big mistake. The Yakuza, Japan's infamous organized crime syndicate, are not to be messed with. They may seem intriguing from a distance, but getting involved with them can lead to serious trouble. From getting caught up in illegal activities to being extorted for money, the consequences are severe. Stay clear and stick to the safe, tourist-friendly parts of the city. Even if it's tempting to do a job for them for a few yen, resist that urge to make a bit of quick money for your new friends. Instead, walk by them and politely decline. They're tough bastards. You see a stunning shrine or a beautiful local girl with a beautiful bod and start snapping photos without asking. In Japan, this is a major faux pas. Always check for signs that indicate if photography is allowed and ask for permission if you're taking pictures of people. Respect the privacy and traditions of the places you visit. Imagine whipping out your camera and snapping away at a serene shrine or a local's face without a second thought. You've just crossed a massive line. In Japan, unauthorized photography is seen as an invasion of privacy and respect. It's not just rude, it's downright creepy. In some places, it's illegal under Japan's strict privacy laws, especially if you post those photos online without consent. You could get sued or even arrested. Respect their space and ask before you click, or you'll be known as the creepy foreigner with no manners. Imagine barging into a Japanese home, your muddy shoes tracking dirt all over their pristine tatami mats. It's like taking a dump on their living room floor. Seriously, wearing shoes inside is one of the biggest no-nos in Japan. This rule is not just about cleanliness, it's about respect. Walking into a home with your filthy shoes is basically flipping the bird to your host. You'll be seen as a disrespectful, uncultured swine. And it's not just homes. This applies to temples, traditional inns, and some restaurants too. Picture yourself getting kicked out of a serene temple because you couldn't be bothered to take off your sneakers. You'll be that idiot tourist who desecrated a sacred space. Just take a second, look for the shoe rack and switch to the provided slippers. It's not hard to avoid being the a-hole who disrespected centuries of tradition. Picture this. You're at a traditional Japanese restaurant with a group of locals, and a beautifully arranged platter of sashimi arrives. You dive in with your own chopsticks, grabbing pieces left and right. The looks of horror from around the table are palpable. In Japan, using your own chopsticks to take food from a shared plate is like wiping your ass with someone else's towel. It's disgustingly rude. The Japanese are very particular about hygiene and manners when it comes to food. There are special serving utensils for a reason. Using your personal chopsticks to grab food from a communal dish is a surefire way to be labeled as the gross foreigner who doesn't understand basic decency. You'll make everyone uncomfortable and ruin the meal. Use the extra chopsticks provided, or if you don't see any, ask. Don't be the pig who contaminates the whole dish. Alright, let's paint a picture. You're strolling through the picturesque streets of Kyoto, munching on a delicious street snack. Suddenly, you spill sauce all over a local's pristine white kimono. Yeah, eating while walking in Japan is not just frowned upon, it's seen as downright disrespectful. Locals will give you the stink eye, and you might even get a stern talking to from an older Japanese person. The younger generation might not mind as much, but do you really want to be the slob ruining the serene atmosphere and making a mess? Pull over to a bench or a designated eating area. Gobbling your food on the go makes you look like a filth bag. Japan is one of the cleanest countries in the world, and they take their garbage disposal very seriously. Imagine tossing your trash into the wrong bin and causing a public uproar. You could even face public shaming if you're caught mixing recyclables with regular trash. Different places have different rules, and failing to follow them makes you look like a disrespectful slob. And don't think you can get away with leaving your trash behind at your hotel. The staff will know it was you, and they'll probably gossip about the disgusting foreigner who couldn't be bothered to follow simple rules. Bring a small trash bag with you and sort your garbage properly. It's not that hard. Here's a scenario. You're at a traditional Japanese onsen, you strip down, and just jump straight into the communal bath without rinsing off first. Everyone in that bath will despise you. Bathing before entering the onsen is a strict rule in Japan, and skipping this step is seen as the height of rudeness. Bringing a towel into the bath is equally taboo. It's like swimming in a public pool without showering first, except worse because you're sharing that bathwater with others. You'll be that filthy, inconsiderate tourist who ruined the peaceful experience for everyone else. Get over your hang-ups and do it right. Wash thoroughly and leave the towel out. Jump in the nip and let it all hang out and make sure it's clean. Let's dive into the most scandalous don't. Engaging in drunken antics or trying to make a booty call with local women. Japan has a serious drinking culture, but getting blackout drunk and causing a scene is not part of it. Imagine stumbling through the streets, shouting obscenities, and making unwanted advances on local women. Not only is this incredibly disrespectful, but it can also get you in serious trouble with the law. Japanese society values respect and decorum, and behaving like a drunken fool will earn you nothing but disdain. And those booty calls with local hookers? You might find yourself in a world of hurt, facing not just rejection, but potential legal consequences. Keep it classy and respectful, or risk becoming the cautionary tale every Japanese person warns their friends about. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more travel tips and adventures. Let us know in the comments if you've ever made any of these mistakes or if there's something we missed. We appreciate your support more than you could ever know. Safe travels!